Mr. Speaker, my colleagues, through you to my colleagues, I'm proud to stand in support of this consolidated amendment. I want to thank the Speaker and the Chair of House Ways and Means for their work, and for my colleagues for their support of this amendment and the budget. In his opening remarks, the Chair spoke of the uncertainty we face in this budget. He referenced the nonstop chaos coming out of the federal government, chaos that is by design sowing uncertainty in our state budgets. Our federal government currently consists of a Congress headed by bootlicking toadies and an administration headed up and made up of chaotic, unintelligent cabal of petty-minded, small, little people who decide to impose and remove tariffs, to revoke otherwise valid student visas, to crash and inflate and crash the stock markets based on the whims of the day. Administration who proudly flouts the rule of law, who says, I don't care what the judges think. Another fight every day. I don't care what the judges think, as if that's a badge of honor. We also see other states scrambling to pass laws that erode our system of government and undermine the values that made the United States. Lawmakers in the Missouri House passed a proposed constitutional amendment that would constitute a nearly full abortion ban. Incidentally, Missouri ranks 44th for the worst state for maternal mortality in the United States. Alabama passed a law prohibiting all diversity teaching and programs in their schools. Alabama ranks 50th in the country in education. In the last decade, Tennessee has enacted more anti-LGBTQ+ laws than any other state in the country. Although Tennessee is only the 15th most populous state in the country, it had the 5th highest number of anti-LGBTQ+ incidents in the country. Tennessee also has a 29% higher suicide rate than the national average. The Florida House passed a bill to require parental consent for minors to receive treatment for sexually transmitted infections. According to the Florida Department of Health, STI rates are the highest they've been in almost 20 years for those 13 to 17-year-olds who reside there. Make America great again? Massachusetts continues to be great because of the budgets and the laws that we pass. We're the healthiest, most educated, and the safest state in the nation. And our communities are safer today than they've ever been. The violent crime rate in Massachusetts fell 6% in 2024 when compared to 2023. That's more than 15% lower than the national average. Property crime rate fell 8% over the last year, and more than 50% since 2012. Nationwide, that figure is only 33%. From 2017 to 2023, the overall crime rate in Massachusetts fell by 22%. And last year, total crimes dropped by an additional 8% compared to the year before. And our homicide rate fell by over 13% last year alone. Massachusetts has the lowest rate of gun violence in the continental United States because we have the best system of firearm laws in the United States. And our laws work because we don't just pass them and put them on a shelf, we support them through the budget. And in the face of the nonsense going on in Washington, D.C., we here in the House say enough. So today, we propose to appropriate $51 million to the Massachusetts Legal Assistance Corporation, MLAC. We know that investing in civil legal services has continuously proven to save the Commonwealth money in the long run. In fiscal year 24, 105,000 plus individuals benefited from civil legal aid, saving the Commonwealth over $109 million. We appropriate $3 million for the Access to Counsel program. Last year we had a pilot program. From January 1 of this year to February 28, they were able to serve nearly 250 people facing evictions. 76% of these people were female, 18% were elderly, and 41% of these households had children in them. We saw it worked, and this led to a 20% increase in this program from last year to this. We commit $329 million to the Committee for Public Counsel Services, $967.8 million for the Department of the Trial Court, which is 35.7 million more than fiscal year 25. We heard the trial court when they told us that the governor's numbers were not sustainable, and we acted. $180 million for the district attorney's office, $10 million transfer to the Communication Access Trust Fund to indeed provide free phone calls to inmates and their families. And for the first year, we stand up $5 million for the Immigration Legal Assistance Fund for nonviolent offenders. Did you pick up a speeding ticket in Amherst as an international student many years ago? Well, the Secretary of State just decided to remove your international student status and revoke your visa. Did you co-author an editorial criticizing the official policy of the United States? Be aware you could be whisked away to Louisiana, picked up by unmarked ICE guards after you leave your friend's house in Somerville. 2-year-old baby born in the United States and undergoing cancer treatment, gone. When the federal government decides to grab your mother, who overstayed her visa, and not allow your aunt, who's a United States citizen, time to claim guardianship on your behalf. And lest you think that's the end of it, no less a scholar than President Trump himself recently said to the dictator Nayib Bukele that El Salvador would have to build about 5 more jails because homegrowns are next when talking about American citizens. Homegrowns are next. This is the federal government's current approach to immigration in the United States. But as we saw in today's debate, it is not ours. While leaders in other states and some individuals in Massachusetts and perhaps in this chamber feel better about themselves by ostracizing and demonizing those who are different, we in Massachusetts embrace our diversity, recognizing that our diversity is truly what makes our great. To that end, this budget funds the Massachusetts Commission on Lesbian, Gay, Bisexual, Transgender, Queer, and Questioning Youth at $1.6 million, a 45% increase over last year. Mr. Speaker, I'm proud to stand with you and our colleagues to support this consolidated amendment and this budget as we implore the rest of the country to heed what we proclaim on our license plates, that the spirit of Massachusetts is indeed the spirit of America. It's as American as apple pie and this mustache. Thank you.